Welcome to Good Groceries with Tiffany. I've got something good for y'all today. So last year, I showed you my mom's poultry dressing, but I have another recipe that is my stepmom's recipe. She's gone on to be with the Lord. She's not here, but oh, how I love that woman. I call her my Mama Joan. And this is actually her recipe for dressing. It's sausage dressing. So I kind of tweaked it a little bit to kind of make it my own, but it's basically her recipe and it's easy. You don't have to bake cornbread. It's actually made with pre-mixed cornbread stuffing mix. I prefer this brand because it has the best texture and flavor for me. Don't get all excited about it. I know some people say, that's not authentic dressing. Look at here. There are a lot of people who do not bake. They don't want to make cornbread. And there are lots of people who make their dressing with this. So don't fret. It's going to be good. We have our usual suspects here. This is our groceries. We have 2 1-pound packages of Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage, medium onion, and our multicolored bell peppers. This is our seasonings, and I have them out here just in case I need a little bit more. Seasoned salt, celery seed, sage, and black pepper. So we like the flavor of celery, but we didn't want no celery in it because that's not how Mama Joan did it. And we have chicken stock. You want stock, not broth. Stock has more flavor. And we have 2 sticks of butter that have been melted and just chilling out. And this dressing, listen, it's rich, but it is the bomb. And it's completely different from poultry dressing. All right, you ready to get going? Let's start chopping. All right, we have all of our vegetables cut up and we are now going to brown our sausage. So I have my electric skillet here. You can do it on the stove, whichever works best for you. Make sure you get all that goodness out of there. Brown it and try to break it up into as small pieces as you can. You don't want big chunks. You don't want meatballs. You really honestly don't even want people to really kind of feel it in there, like that, know that it's there, because you've gotten it so mixed well while it's cooking. I'm going to keep on cooking this and chopping it as I go. Okay, you see how much I've chopped it? And just continuing to mince it while it's cooking so that we get nice fine bite-sized pieces. Looking good. If you don't eat pork, you could probably use turkey sausage. I'm not exactly sure how that'll taste. Turkey sausage is seasoned pretty much the same way pork sausage is seasoned. But I've never had it that way. We've always made it with Jimmy Dean pork sausage. And my stepmom, ooh, she was a cooking woman. She taught me a lot about baking. She taught me how to make lemon meringue pie. She taught me how to make a cake from scratch. She was a cooking woman. My mom grew up in the South, and my stepmom grew up in DC. So both of their styles of cooking is completely different. Both soul food cooks, both tremendous cooks, just completely different styles because of where they grew up. But I love me some Mama Joan. I've heard horror stories of people having like terrible stepmoms. That was not my story. She was kind to me from day one. She taught me a lot about the kitchen. All right, so here we have our pork sausage is nicely crumbled and getting some good caramelization. All those brown bits, that equals flavor, honey. All right. Don't close your eyes, don't wince, and don't grimace. But I have 2 sticks of butter. I know, but it's not good without it. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. And we're going to add all of our vegetables. And we're going to saute them. Now, in my first video with my mom, you know what she said. All of you out there who are Miss Pal fans, she was like, don't saute. Well, that's not how Mama Joan did it. Mama Joan sauteed the vegetables with the sausage and butter. Ooh, it smells good in here, y'all. So good. Yes, honey. The good thing about this is you don't have to make any broth or stock from scratch. You can use already prepared items. The only thing you're really doing is chopping vegetables and cooking the meat. This is the hardest part of this whole recipe. Everything else comes in a box, so it's easy. You can assemble this in about 15 or 20 minutes and you bake it for an hour. Super simple, super flavorful. You have to try this. And you don't want to brown, the vegetables like while they're in here. You really just want to light saute just until they start to release some of their juices, and you'll see the juices start to release in the pan. You'll get like moisture, water down in there. That's good stuff. You don't want to really cook that away. We're just really what they call sweating the vegetables. That's what we're doing. We're not browning them. We don't want them to have any caramelization. All right, we'll let that go. Okay, we are going to be making 2 pans. So this is enough. This recipe will yield you 1 chafer size pan or 2 of the smaller steam tray pans. And these are easier to transport if you were the person designated to make dressing and take it somewhere. These are a little easier to transport. We're actually making this recipe to contribute to feeding the homeless or the less fortunate. So I have 1 bag. Cornbread mix. A little bit more open. And one bag per pan will suffice. That's what you don't need any measuring cups. You don't need any of that. This just makes it easy. And we're going to split this mixture in half. be good, y'all. All right. And we're just gonna season it. So I have pepper. This is freshly cracked pepper. Mama Joan used freshly cracked pepper. We got sage, rubbed sage. That's where she and my mother are the same. We have some celery seed because we don't like the texture of celery. And some seasoned salt, sprinkled between the two. You have to watch your salt content, people, because the sausage is salty, the broth, the stock is salty, so just be careful. All right, it will always taste, but you need one, and I'll tell you the measurement. This is a 2 pound, so a 32 ounce box of chicken stock. You just want to put that all the way around. You might need a little more, but usually one box will do it per pan, but we'll see, because it also depends on the weather, the humidity, depends on a lot of factors, depends on how much fat was in your sausage, because maybe you had to use a different kind, all of that. And don't drain the fat, you need it, you want it. Yes. All right, so I'm just gonna combine it, stir it. And again, if you remember my video from last year, you want this to be the consistency of cooked oatmeal. And you want it to absorb all of that liquid, and it will. Don't be nervous because you see some juice down in here. You want it to absorb. It will absorb. Alright, we're gonna do the same for our other pot. Let's clear the decks. So we are going to finish both of these off with a stick of butter for each pan. I know, but that's how it goes, and it's delightful. It's delightful. And taste each pan. Actually, this one can be absorbed a little bit more. Get back in there. I just think you need to enjoy yourself in the stove, not in the stove. You need to enjoy yourself in the kitchen. Don't be intimidated by the kitchen. I'm a firm believer that everybody can cook something. Even if you only have 5 dishes that you can cook them with all power, okay? And don't be scared. Okay. Okay, so salt is good. We don't need any more salt. We do need a little bit more sage and some more cracked pepper. So I just do a couple of cracks over the top. And a little bit more sage. I'm a firm believer that if you're going to be donating food to, a mission or anything like that, during the holidays, they do a lot of holiday feedings. Don't take no junk. If you wouldn't serve it to your family, don't serve it to somebody who's less fortunate. Serve your best dishes to them too. Even if it's a quick dish, do it with love and excellence, because that's how you would want somebody to serve you food. So serve it with love good ingredients. All right. Come over here. Get that a little bit more mixed in. Now, because I'm making this ahead of time, after I bake it, I'm going to let it cool completely and then freeze it. And then when I go to reheat it, I will add about maybe 1/4 cup of stock to each tray. All right, I grabbed my butter. So I have a cup of butter here. We're going to split it in half. Now, if you were making the long pan, you just, you know, do the thing, but it's 2 more sticks of butter. And you're going to pour it over the top. I know y'all like, what in the world? Let's just make sure we're doing half. It's just not, it ain't right if it's not like this. This is really like, this is how my husband likes dressing. So when we met and I made dressing for my husband, I made my mom's poultry dressing. He didn't care for it because that's not how he grew up eating dressing. He grew up eating dressing like this. So when I told him, I said, well, I know another way to make dressing. And when I made it, he goes, this is what I like. So this is the dressing that we actually have if we have the holidays at our house, because this is what my husband likes, because I cook for my husband. God bless you. So yes, I don't make my mom's poultry dressing unless, you know, if it's at her house, then she makes it. But if it's at my house, I make this, because this is what my hubby prefers. All right, we are going to pop these in the oven, preheated 375-degree oven for 45 minutes to an hour, because it depends on the pan you're baking it in. It depends on your oven. You want it to have a nice brown crust around the edges and lightly golden brown on top. Set a timer. The timer is your best friend in the kitchen. So if you don't think you'll remember, or you got a whole lot of things happening and you're trying to get your holiday meal together, use timers. All right, I'll meet you back here when this is good and done. We're back and it's done. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. It's golden brown. So good. We're gonna go in for a taste. This is really too hot, honestly. I just took it out of the oven. You really need to let it sit, but we're just gonna go in right there, just for a little smidgen of a taste. This is rich, y'all. Super rich. You have to have this with a cranberry sauce or a cranberry salad or some preserves or something to kind of break up that richness. Y'all not ready? That is so good. It's so rich and it's creamy. You all have to make this. All of the seasonings are coming through. I taste everything, but everything is in perfect harmony. How do you guys like my shirt? I had to change it because, stay tuned, I was filming another video, sweet potato pie, vegan sweet potato pie. So stay tuned for that. I got a little sweet potato on myself. Make this. Happy Thanksgiving. It's really easy. The ingredients were not expensive and it tastes so good. I love y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you will be notified when new videos pop up. I love y'all. That's some good groceries. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to eat some more. I'm going to eat. Ooh, doggy. That's some good groceries, friends. Love ya. Bye.